How do you bottle that courtship period? It's awesome. Everything's brand new, you surprise each other.
But it's a big, huge world. I mean, what if that person is in, like, Istanbul?
And?
Well, you don't travel to Istanbul, so you'll never meet them. It was interesting. I got something different out of this movie than I thought I was going to get. I don't know if it speaks highly about the relationship or the union of marriage, or if it doesn't. What do you think?
You know what? I don't know if it can. You can take it both ways, I think. I mean, we've got one person who's sort of seeing marriage as a business. She works on the outside about, whether it's somebody being, having an earpiece to hear their toast, which I think is, it made me sick to even think that someone would do that, So she's got a more cynical view because she sees how these things happen, can plan when they're going to work, not going to work. Another instance is two people headed towards a marriage, and that's that point. I'm not going to give away what happens, but what happens right before that, the decisions that are made, and the honesty that both people say to each other was one of my favorite parts of this story, because I think that's very true, and everyone can relate to that, especially modern days, because certain split-ups, you just find out, you know what, we've been going through the motions. What are we doing here? And it's better to ask that question before than after. It's that, if you love somebody, set them free, and that can be true sometimes. So that's a practical view, and I think today people, I think, can break up more, couples break up, and you can still be friends because you initially you cultivated something together. I think in the past it was more like you broke up, you hated each other, and you were gone. But that's the modern side of this story that I think everybody will be able to relate to.
I think the message of the movie is kind of like, don't settle. You know what I mean? It's like your knight in shining armor is out there, or your princess bride is out there, and don't settle for anything less. Which a lot of times in life, we let other factors come into our decisions on these like life-changing things, and it's just not the right way to go.
But how do you know then when it's time to settle? Because there must be a point, like I look at my mom and dad, and they knew when there was a time to settle,
Well, you know. I mean, your mom and dad still together?
Mm-hmm.
I guess they married the right person.
I guess so, yeah. So there just comes a point where you absolutely know.
I think so. Don't you?
I don't know. I don't know if I believe in that one-on-one thing. There's one person out there for you. I think there's probably a bunch of different possibilities.
Ew, no.
No?
Such a guy thing.
Is that a guy thing?
There's too many possibilities.
So do you believe that there is one person out there?
Yes.
The perfect match?
Yes.
But it's a big, huge world. I mean, what if that person is in, like, Istanbul?
And?
Well, you don't travel to Istanbul, so you'll never meet them.
Yes, you will, because it's meant to be. It's fate. It's destiny. You'll be doing a connection in Istanbul to go to Los Angeles, and you'll meet them, and then you guys will keep in touch, and then you'll be together forever.
You see, everybody I know will now say, "See, Paul, you're not romantic. That's why you don't get that." See,
Exactly.
I got to be a little bit more romantic.
That's what you need to do.
It's a pretty interesting theme to think about, though. That how do you know? At what point in your relationship do you know when you're just going through the motions, or when you're just friends, or when you're
Yeah, and in this story, it takes someone to come into Steve's life that shakes him up, that he didn't even know he could feel that way. And all of a sudden, he's feeling things that he hasn't felt in 12 years, if ever. And that's what's cool about love, though. There's not a science. There's not like, oh, well, I'm going to feel this way, or I felt that. Something happens, you go, well, it's the first time. And it's the first time. That first time's awesome.
In the movie, we meet a couple who are kind of on the path to marriage, and they're headed down, with you helping out planning their wedding.
Right.
A lot of people have that romanticized idea about, the picket fence and the couple, marriage and the dogs and all that. Do you think people get into it a lot just because they think that's what they're supposed to do?
Yeah, I think, and that's what I was saying earlier about what this movie's about, about settling and saying, oh, this is the right time to get married. I'm at that age, I'm this, I'm that, and you know what I mean? He seems like the right person, or she's perfect, she'd make the perfect wife or whatever, instead of like just following your heart and waiting, sometimes for that right person to come along who you'll be really compatible with and who'll understand you and willing to put up with your stuff. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And you're willing to put up with his.
And those people are rare.
Yeah, it's hard to find, but I do believe that they're out there.
It would seem like there's a lot less struggle in just kind of following the path, though, than
yeah,
actually
but you're
waiting.
not as happy. So what's it all about anyway? Or what's it worth? Ew.
I'm just a guy.
No,
I'm such a
I know
guy.
you're such a guy. You're like, okay, whatever.
There's that man-woman thing, though, and you actually say in the movie at one point, maybe I'm just being a guy and I'm just doing that thing, you know?
Yeah.
And I wonder about that as well. Like, maybe we just like that first 6 months all the time. We should just have 6-month relationships.
Man, how do you bottle that courtship period? It's awesome. Everything's brand new. You surprise each other.
You always hear
Can't
people
wait,
say,
you're sneaking out of your.
I wish it was like it used to be.
Yeah, and so I don't know if it's a reality to even be able to bottle that, you know? I mean, how do you keep that courtship stage? What do? You stay in neutral and keep it there forever? You can try. I'd love to know how to do it, man. You know, how do you keep that vigor and that want and that just fresh from the hip desire that nothing's taken for granted, you know? It's still new, or is that juvenile of us to think that that's possible? Maybe it's a little of both. I don't know, but it's definitely true no matter what. Right or wrong, it's true.
It is true, you're right.
Yeah.
But then there's the other side of that when you see like a couple that have obviously been married for like 30 or 40 or 50
Yeah.
years and they're walking hand in hand down the street and you go, man, I want some.
And yeah, well, they say, I mean, and I don't think the two are polarized, that they're two completely different things. One thing is definitely going to be hard work. It's not easy. And as long as your reason, you know, with each day or with each week that you form a relationship with somebody, you're cultivating a partnership. So there's a stability that comes with that. There's a partnership that comes with that. There's a lot of things that you don't have to worry about are not unknown. That gives strength. So if what you've built outweighs the reasons you're feeling like I'm not sure, then I think that's fair enough. You know, I don't think to think it's going to be perfect and you're always going to be, it's always like the first day. I think I don't know. If that's true, good on you, man. But is it really practical, and is it something that you say you got to have? I don't probably think so.
I liked it when you said, I'm just being a guy. I was like, yeah, see?
Yeah.
That's right there.
Yeah, you know,
What
and
he said.
there's a difference in men and women. That's what's beautiful, man. That's what we're talking about. That's why we want them and they want us, you know.